Hey, before we start off this video, I just want everyone to know that I will be taking a hiatus from right now to the first Saturday of the new year. So there won't be any streams or any real content coming out from now until then. There might be some shorts, but that's about it. Just want to get that out of the way before we actually got into the video. Alright, bye. Everyone has their own Christmas traditions. You know, some people like to decorate. I didn't this year. I was gonna do this whole meme with like a green screen in the back, but I haven't been paid yet by my company. That's a whole different story. I won't get into that, but it was supposed to be a whole green screen thing, but I forget about that. Some people like to go view lights. Some people like to, you know, drink hot cocoa. That's what this video is about. Hi, my name is SashJo. I run this channel. And we're going to talk about what this one town that I live near does every single year. The Coco Crawl. I don't really know how I want to structure this video. I'm probably going to just do like a grading system, maybe like a tier list. We will see how we do this as the video progresses. But this is about how a town that I live near does a Coco Crawl. Now you might be asking, what is a Coco Crawl? Well, what happens is that every single store along the strip there in the middle of town will get together and they'll, well, sell hot cocoa. It's a whole thing. You have to sign up for it. You get a specialty mug some years. I didn't get mine this year. And then others, you know, they might have little treats or whatever, and you just kind of mosey around town and have a good time. Meet some of the people, look at Christmas lights and Christmas trees. They have a big tree in the center of town. It's really nice. So that's what me and my friends did over the weekend, a couple weeks back. And I'm going to list all the places that we got hot cocoa from and my thoughts on them. So let's do this. All right. So first up, we got the Avocado Cafe. I'll be putting pictures of what the hot cocoa looks like in my gloved hand. That's my hand. It's not someone else's. We're not doing hand magic here. Not today, at least. So as you can see, 2 little marshmallows, but you can see there's some good spices in there. This is from the Avocado Cafe. It's a Mexican restaurant, so it's delicious Mexican hot chocolate, deliciously spiced. It really is unfortunate that we stopped there first because, oh my god, it blew everyone out of the water when it came to hot cocoa this year. There were 2 places that I want to make an honorable mention to, but we will get to the end of that. We will get to those at the end of this video. But anyway, great start, 10 out of 10. It was hot, it was spiced, it was delicious. If you have never tried Mexican hot chocolate, I highly recommend it. It's very, very good. All right, on to the second one. We got the Beauty Boutique. Their hot chocolate had peppermint schnapps in it. So that must make it a 9 out of 10. No, it wasn't very schnapps. The peppermint wasn't very there. It was okay. You know, it's kind of like what you expect from like gas station hot chocolate. You know, you kind of like, yeah, you know, I'll get a hot chocolate from where? The gas station. Okay, not expecting a whole lot, but you know, the fact that it's coming from a boutique, you kind of expect it to be really, really good. But, you know, it did its job, I guess. You know, it was hot chocolate at least. That's better than some of the places that we'll be getting to. So I would say that, you know, middle of the pack, 5 out of 10. All right, here we go. Veroni Cafe. Big surprise, Mexican hot chocolate again. But this one wasn't as good. You could tell that they used different spices in it, and that it was a little bit different than the Avocado Cafe, which is good. You know, I'm glad that they're not using the same packet of Mexican hot chocolate, but it wasn't as good. Also, as you can see, didn't come with marshmallows. I am docking points because there's no marshmallows in the hot cocoa. So we'll say an 8 out of 10. The Foundry. Do you see what's wrong with this? Do you see what's wrong with this photo? That's not hot chocolate. No, that's not hot chocolate at all. You know, it was hot cider. I mean, it was really good hot cider. You could tell that they had made it because they had like all like little spices. It was in a big old crock pot, like a massive crock pot, and it had like all the little spices in it. It was really, really, really good. It tasted heavily of apples and oranges and cinnamon, and it was really, really, really good. But it's not hot cocoa. So unfortunately, on an apple cider like scale, I would rate that like 9 out of 10. But on a hot cocoa scale, it's a 1. I'm very sorry, the Foundry. You had amazing art in your store, but unfortunately, not hot cocoa. All right, the visitor center. You know, this is the place where everyone goes. They had a bunch of trees in there that you could go visit, which is really cool, you know, on top of getting some hot cocoa. As you can see, bare bones, nothing crazy. I mean, it was made with milk. You could taste it that it was made with milk. It's like the minimum bar when it comes to hot cocoa, like what you expect for like a classic hot cocoa to taste like. No marshmallows, as you can see. So we're probably gonna label this one also a, you know, I'll be generous because it was made with milk. 6 out of 10. All right, so the Boys Girls Club. Oh my God. It was awful. I don't care that children made it. I don't care about any of that. It was absolutely awful. It tasted like hot milk. And look, man, I love milk. Ugh. Oh, that's good. Ugh. Oh, I need more of that. I need more of that. Give me more of that. Ugh. It's ice cold. Ugh. I think the worst part of the hot chocolate from the Boys and Girls Club wasn't just the fact that, you know, it was just hot milk, but it was more of the crunchy marshmallows. As you can see, there's like those little pellet marshmallows. So on top of it just tasting like hot milk in a cup, it was also crunchy, and it felt like I was taking medicine. So you know, I don't want to hate on the kids too much, but it was not good. Sorry, guys. 2 out of 10. You get a point for being children. All right, the Hammer and Stain. Whipped. Yeah. It's whipped. This one was definitely a very unique hot chocolate because it wasn't hot at all, but it was chocolatey. It was like a chocolate mousse almost that they whipped up and put into a cup. As you can see, it also came with a graham cracker and a spoon. I immediately ditched the spoon, just used the graham cracker just to, you know, funnel it into my throat. I guess the word I would use for said hot chocolate would be like a deconstructed hot chocolate, kind of something that you would expect to be served from the movie The Menu. You know what that says about the Hammer and Stain? I don't know, but yeah, you know what? I will say that it is very, very good for what they did, but once again, not hot chocolate, so it's gonna have to be deducted a point. So 5 out of 10. All right, so this next one, Waffle and Shine. This is a bar, and funny enough, this one's non-alcoholic, which I see as a missed opportunity. Oh yeah, you know, like let's make the bar one, you know, an alcoholic one. I think that'd be really good. But no, non-alcoholic. I forgot that I wrote this part. I mean, I have notes. I wrote brown water phasmophobia reference question mark because it wasn't very good. It really was just water hot chocolate, which, yeah, you know, everyone can drink it because it's water-based hot chocolate. But at the same time, you had to wait to drink it because it was stupid hot. Like, by the time we got to the next location to get more hot chocolate, it was still hot. So, you know, you're basically double fisting hot chocolates, and it's like, well, this is a little much. And when you drink it, you're just like, this is very unimpressive. So, unfortunately, Phasmophobia brown water, you're gonna get a 2 out of 10. Sorry, Waffle and Shine, but that's the fact. YP Jewelry. Whoo! You thought the last one was hot? Nah, dude, this one was scorching. The second it hit your face right in this direction, you could feel it curling your little mustache hairs. I do have a mustache. It's very hard to see, but I do have one. The really nice thing about this one is it was spiced with cinnamon. You could taste the cinnamon. It was really, really good, but it was really, really, really hot. I wrote down that pretty good, but very hot. So I think we're gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. Point deducted for being way too hot. Also, we're in a jewelry store, a very nice jewelry store, and you know, I'm afraid that I'm going to drop it because it's so hot. So you know, there you go. All right, so I wrote this one in real time. This comes from Webb's. This is also another bar. Sweet and spicy alcohol. So when I was served this, I remember that it was a very nice elderly black woman who called me sweetie, and she was like, "You want some of this sweet and spicy?" I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, "It's got alcohol in it." I'm like, "Yeah, sign me up." So it was like as you can kind of see, it's another whipped one. I don't know why we're doing whipped hot chocolate, but there you go. So I put it in my mouth, and you know, I put it on the tongue side and whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. And then the second I say that, this overwhelming gasoline taste takes over. It was pure alcohol. It was rough. I wrote sweet and spicy alcohol, not. It's just spicy, straight gasoline. I was there with my friend Megan. You might remember her from a couple of the videos I produced. I was also there with her nephew and his girlfriend, and she was like, "Can I try some?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And so she takes a spoon, puts it on her tongue, and she goes, "Wow, this is..." And I'm like, yeah. But, you know, mama didn't raise no quitters, so I had the entire thing. It was rough. The wet one does get points for how pretty it is. I will say that. Like, I mean, as you can see, it has, like, you know, sprinkles and whipped cream on it. So, you know, it does gain some points for that. But, you know, overall, no, it's still bad. So we're going to give that one a 3 out of 10. 1, because it hurt to have. 2, because once again whipped, and then 3, it hurt to have. All right, last one. Honey's Ice Cream Shop. You wanna guess what the twist is with this one? If you guessed cold, congratulations, you are correct. It was basically just melted ice cream in a cup, which, upon writing that, I wasn't watching them make the hot chocolate. So to my surprise, when I actually looked over and saw them doing it, yeah, they were quite literally just taking ice cream, blending it up with a little bit of milk, letting it like sit for a minute, and then pouring it into a cup. But as you can see, it has a really nice waffle piece. So, you know, it was like a piece of waffle cone. It was really nice. So, you know, once again, it's not hot chocolate, so I'm deducting points, but it was still really, 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 really good. So we'll say it's about 6. We'll give it another 6 out of 10. So yeah, that's the official ranking for the Coco Crawl 2025. I'll probably do this again next year when I get the chance. But there are 2 that I didn't go to that I have to give an honorable mention to. And if I can find the photos, I'll put them up. The first one was the Boy Scouts. We originally stopped at the Boy Scouts who were in the library this year. Originally they were on a street corner where they belong. But theirs was plain awful when we went last year. Genuinely really, really bad. Like it made this year's Boys and Girls Club look like something that Chef Ramsay would have created. It had like jam on the bottom and it was cold. And so it was just like these textures and really bad marshmallows too. But you know, I mean, once again, they're kids, you can't say anything. Now the real bad one, the Democrats. Oh my God. Not very good. Once again, water-based hot cocoa. This was last year. Didn't get to go to them this year. I wanted to, but we just didn't have the time to do it. But oh my God, it was really bad. But you know, once again, those are honorable mentions. They're not getting ranked. I just had to mention them. All right, so that concludes this year. Everyone give yourself a round of applause. We made it through 2025. Good job, everyone. I don't know. I guess I'll just end this video on a positive note. Look at what we've done this year. We've done a lot this year on the SashJo channel, and it's really good to be in this position, and I really appreciate all the support that everyone's given me. I'm so excited to see what 2026 brings. So I will catch you next year. My name is SashJo. That's S to the H to the SHJo. Haven't done that in a minute. Merry Christmas. See you next year.